Have you ever wondered if a dog knows something we don't? What if they could sense danger before anyone else? On a chilly morning at Eagleview International Airport, Officer Nick Mason and his K-9 partner, Scout, were doing their routine security checks. But when Scout started barking frantically at a pregnant woman, it didn't seem like an ordinary alert. In just a few moments, everything changed. The woman collapsed. An envelope slipped from her hand. And what the police discovered next would leave them speechless. This wasn't just another routine check. This was the start of a mystery that had been buried for years. Stay with us as we uncover the chilling truth behind Scout's desperate warning before it was too late. Dog barks desperately at pregnant woman, but when police realized the truth, it was too late. It was a typical morning at Eagleview International Airport. Officer Nick Mason was walking with his partner Scout. Scout wasn't just any dog. He was trained to detect explosives, drugs, and even people trying to sneak past security. But today, something felt off. Scout wasn't his usual calm self. His nose twitched, his ears perked up, and then he froze. That's when she appeared. Her name? Jessica Wells. She was tall, blonde, and very pregnant. She moved slowly, carrying a brown bag in each hand. But there was something about her. She seemed too calm, as if she knew something was going to happen. And then Scout reacted. He began growling low, then suddenly lunged forward, barking loudly at Jessica. The whole airport went silent. All eyes were on her. Officer Mason rushed to hold Scout back, but the dog wouldn't stop. His barking grew louder, more frantic, almost like he was begging someone to listen. And then, as Jessica took one more step, she collapsed. The sound of her body hitting the cold floor echoed throughout the terminal. Her brown bags exploded open, spilling small bottles, a sealed envelope, and a tiny stuffed bear. Mason sprinted to her side, calling for medical help. But something caught his eye as he leaned in. An envelope, crumpled from the fall, lay near her hand. One word was written on it in shaky handwriting: forgive. Paramedics arrived quickly. Jessica was alive, but barely. Her breathing was shallow, her skin pale. As the EMTs worked to stabilize her, Scout refused to leave her side, sitting quietly, eyes fixed on her face. It was as if he knew something no one else did. Officer Mason turned his attention to the envelope Jessica had dropped. His hands trembled as he picked it up. Inside was a single photograph, a photo of a man in military uniform standing next to a younger Jessica. The name on the tag? Jake Miller. Officer Mason's heart stopped. Jake Miller wasn't just a name. He was a soldier. A man who had been declared missing in action nearly 20 years ago. Back in 2003, Jake Miller was part of a classified military mission overseas. His team was ambushed. Some soldiers made it out, but Jake, he vanished. Reports claimed he died in the ambush, but no body was ever found. For years, his name was on the MIA list. But what really happened to him? And why was his dog tag found in the hands of a woman who seemed to have no connection to him? Or did she? As police searched Jessica's belongings, another letter was found. It was addressed to someone named L. The letter read, "I had no choice." They said it was the only way. If you're reading this, I'm so sorry. Who was she writing to? And what did it mean? Then, the biggest shock of all, Jessica Wells wasn't her real name. She had been living under a false identity for years, and as the records were uncovered, it was revealed she had been married to Jake Miller. Visual, side-by-side images of Jessica and a younger version of her with Jake in uniform. That's right. Jessica wasn't just another woman at the airport. She was the wife of a soldier who had been missing for 2 decades, and she had been hiding the darkest secret of all. The full story came out. Jake Miller hadn't died. He had been captured. And for years he had been hidden away by a covert operation gone wrong. Jessica had spent the last 2 decades trying to find him. Now she was ready to expose everything. But someone didn't want that truth to come out. And Scout? He had sensed it all. The danger, the fear, the deception. He had tried to warn them. But by the time the police put all the pieces together, it was too late. Some stories are meant to stay buried, but not this one. What do you think? Was Scout sensing danger, or was it something else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more mind-blowing stories like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an unbelievable video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.